Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapping Chronicles. We're coming back at you with another Ratchet video. This is kind of like a more low-end Ratchet. Wanted to take it down because it seems like I've been doing a lot of pretty decent Ratchets, US made stuff in the last, I don't know, string of Ratchets I've reviewed. But I figured maybe I'll take it down to where this is kind of the Ratchet you find at like by the cash register at an auto parts place or something like that. You know, something pretty cheap. You see it as kind of an impulse buy by the register, and it could be a little bit handy. This one doesn't feel too bad. Okay, this is a Powerbuilt and doesn't have much of a model or anything on it. Has some patents, but uh, they were kind of printed. The letters are kind of printed on this kind of plastic, rubbery, kind of soft plastic style of handle. So that imprinted lettering is kind of fading. But I guess they had a few patents there. Looks like they had a couple of patents. This is made fabric and hecho in Taiwan. I don't know how much this would cost. Probably less than $10 if if you find this wherever at a non-serious tool place. Probably pretty cheap. Looks similar, a lot similar to a lot of other style ratchets like you would find at Harbor Freight or something like that. From the looks of it, you can tell that it's kind of a dual pawl mechanism. Has instead of a screw here, which you would find in a lot of Harbor Freight double pawl uh, proto style mechanisms, here we have just a pin that was kind of knocked in, and so you might have a little bit trouble of opening this up, and I'll show you how I opened it up if you come across something like this. Maybe not in this ratchet, but in other ratchets. Oh, and by the way, I'm having uh, a goal. Yes, I'm having a goal. I'm having a goal to reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. And you guys, yes, you can help me. Give me the HBO special. What's the HBO special? Help a brother out. Help a brother out special. So help a brother out. Hit the subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll give you 1 second to do that. Okay, you guys that help me out and hit those buttons, I really appreciate you. Okay, to take this one apart, it's a number 10 Torx. This is what the screw looks like. There's no, I don't see any Loctite or anything on these screws. And the second screw, same thing, no Loctite. To open this up, because it had this pin that was kind of goes through the switch. The pin is pressed in or knocked in, and it sits pretty flush to the surface here of the plate. So you're gonna have a hard time getting something in there to wedge it open. So what I did is I took a thin punch and I put it through the hole here, but I didn't put it all the way through the hole. I kind of cocked it a little bit so it would hit kind of the inside here of the plate, and I give it a few raps with a hammer, and the pin started loosening up. Let me see if I can take it out with my fingers. No, I still can't take it out with my fingers. See if I can wedge it open. Okay, there we go. And this is one of my favorite tools. Is a Stanley generic US made screwdriver flathead that's been ground down to a small chisel. And this one always comes in handy. So if you got a bad flathead screwdriver, yeah, file it down into a chisel and you'll be amazed how much use you'll get out of it as a chisel instead of a broken screwdriver. Here's the plate. Pretty average, not too thin, not too thick. Surprising here is that usually when you see a ratchet like this is 72 teeth. Nowadays this is 36 teeth. Here's the gear. There are the teeth, they're pretty big. 36 teeth, has a small kind of washer in the front of the anvil or behind the anvil. And this is quick release also, so it's a jack of many trades, I guess you can call it. And here is one of the pawls. Kind of a long paw, a thick, a wide paw, I would say. Wide paw, but only 2 teeth on this. Reminds me a lot of like the proto paws. Has an R in it on the right and an L on the left. They're kind of upside down though, the letters. But like I said, 2 teeth. 2 teeth there because this isn't a fine tooth ratchet. It's pretty coarse, 36 teeth. So I guess they figured only 36 teeth, only 2 teeth are needed. Actually, the proto doesn't have any teeth. It's just flat. It's just square. It's just 1 tooth, I would guess. It doesn't have that cutout there for the 2 teeth. It's just squared 90 degrees on each side. Okay, and here's the inside. And here is the switch. And yep, it's metal. For a second I was thinking it was plastic, but the switch is metal. And here's a look on the inside. Looks pretty average, like for one of those Harbor Freight, Walmart style ratchets. Don't seem too bad. Seems like it would be a bit handy. I mean, 36 teeth is not a fine tooth ratchet by any means, but just by the grip and the handle and the small size of it being stubby like that, I think this could be pretty handy, in kind of confined spaces, and pretty comfortable and gives you a decent grip because it's pretty thick, the handle. So it would give you a decent grip, even though it's doesn't have much texture to it. It's kind of shiny, as you see there. I can see, like, if you have a little bit of grease on your hands or oil, this would it would slip around really easy. But as far as like just the feel of it in the hand, it feels pretty comfortable. Okay, and to get this all back together again, okay, let's take the switch and put that back in like that, and take your pawls. The right goes on the right, the L goes on the left, like that. And okay, you take these springs, these coil springs, hold on to these because they're not easily replaced. Scout Crafter did a video recently on, he was reconditioning a Fleet, an old Fleet ratchet that's Fleet is, or was, one of the brands of proto and pennons, and so they had these same coil springs, but I didn't know that they were hard to find because I never lost one. That's why. But apparently they're not easily found, like in a bag or a box of springs. They usually you never usually see ones like this, and I didn't know that. I thought that they were pretty common, but I guess I got lucky because I never lost one and had to find out and try to locate one to put in and replace. And it should look something like that. Put the plate on, and you want to put this in just to get you want to keep the switch from swishing around. That kind of locks it in place. And now you just put your screws in. And there you go. And for this pin here, I have this little hammer. And you know how I like my little hammers. And we just, whoops, I guess you gotta hold it down because the switch wants to come out the other side. Okay, I think it should, you can mash it down more than that. You can see there's a little gap there, but I don't have a hard surface right here. This is like a plastic table, so when I get to a hard surface, I'll mash it in better. But yeah, there it goes. There's this 36 tooth Stubby Ratchet from, I don't even know where this came from. I think I picked this up used, maybe for $1 or $2. Powerbuilt, I'm not sure who sells Powerbuilt. Maybe one of the few auto parts stores that we have in the area somewhere. But yeah, kind of a sort of useful, not too bad of quality ratchet, made in Taiwan. So I don't know, if you see one for a few bucks, I guess there's worse things you can buy for a couple of bucks. Alright guys, until next time.